Greetings and welcome to Spider McGann Porch Channel. This time we have another incredible Super Nintendo game, the 7th Saga by Enix. The cartridge appears to be in playable condition. I cleaned it up a little bit prior to recording this, but I have a lot left to go. We'll take it apart, we'll clean the contact pads, and yeah, we'll talk a little bit briefly about the game prior to actually playing it, because I only seen this in magazines and I just played it a little bit and vaguely remember it on emulation, and I had to have this as part of the ever expanding collection of games on the channel. Yeah, this is going to be incredible. I hope you're all having a wonderful day. I know I am. I mean, what's the likelihood of anybody seeing 7th Saga? I mean, it's seldom talked about. And if it is up somewhere, it's probably like, what, 8 years old? 4 to 8 years old, something like that. It's not very modern. I did some little tricks of the trade to clean this all off. I did use some rubbing alcohol, but on a cotton swab, but it was very, very, very light on this, and I just brushed off some of the material like you've seen in the previous part of the video here, where it was really filthy. I had to grind all these out with some, toothpicks, and I had to go along and scrape out chunks of whatever gnarliness is inside of these, and I'm like, oh no, I have to do a lot of work. So I went along and I cleaned it all up that way, and it turned out wonderful. And to polish this up to make it as shiny as it is, I used some, my favorite, beeswax, the medicated kind. It smells good, and I polished it up with a Puffs Plus cotton, Puffs Plus tissue, bath tissue, and I wiped it along on it, and it's got the lotion in it. So yeah, look at that. I mean, I'm gonna do that now on because that looks really good. Let's see how long it lasts though. Ooh, that is one gnarly cart. As good as like a cobweb in here, yo. I mean, at least it's not someone's stash cart, something like that, you know. But look at that, come on, there's like a little critter in there. I'm gonna stick that on the microscope so you guys can see that before I clean it. You know you want to see all this. Come on, look at that gnarliness. Let's see what that is actually underneath the microscope. Oh man, that is absolutely incredible. Yeah, look at that. Cart to board wear line. Look, oh man. I'm not going to touch any of that stuff, and we will go ahead and use the microscope for a lot of this. I'm just going to go ahead and zoom in for a second here. See if I can get it at least a little bit so you guys can get that. You got it? Good. I'll rotate it around. And of course I'll flip it over too so you guys can see the other back side of it, because this is just engineering at its finest. So give me a second and go ahead and set up the digital camera. Hey everybody, I'm back. Okay, so now you should be able to see exactly the damage or wear that has been done to this particular cartridge. Going down real quick. Checking this stuff out. As you can see, the cartridge board wear line, as I've been saying for a while now. We're good on that. So now I'm just going to go ahead and get some rubbing alcohol and clean all of this debris. And while I'm going through and doing that, I'm actually rotating the cotton swab to avoid bringing that material back over the actual part. Like, that could be actually just flux too, like residue and all that. But we all know better. It's just garbage and stuff collected over the years. I just want to get that side cleaned up while we're working on it over on this side here. That way I'm not going to keep reintroducing it. I have to admit, this is absolutely fun. you know, this microscope is just, yeah. I am so happy I found this microscope. Sorry, I went off camera there for a second, but yeah. Yeah, as you can see, there's the flux right there. On this side here. Focus on it. Yeah, I see that yellowing. Yeah, that's, a lot of times that's just flux. Or, like we've said before, it could be nicotine, tar, smokers stuff. I don't know. I'm not going to speculate because I never put my nose near any of this vintage stuff. Namely this area in here. I'm just saying, man, that people have been blowing on these things for years, like decades, trying to get them to work again and again. And it's like, yeah, all that gnarliness on here. That's why I sterilize it first before I even hit it with an eraser. It's just a good idea. Also, always wear your safety glasses. This board is loaded with a large coat of either, it looks like, oh man, it's very similar in coating of, it looks like a lacquer or a varnish. It comes off with rubbing alcohol, but it is a bit sticky, and I keep seeing this on some of the Sega Genesis cartridges that I have that too, where it's like a coating to, you know, it's not conformal coating, it's something different. It might be flux all over the board too still, and that's just gnarliness. That's going to take an ultrasonic clean just to get it the clean that I want, and we'll get there. Okay, enough digression. Yeah, this is my favorite part right here. Using the electric eraser and going along each contact pad and gathering up all the material between each pad too, as like you clean that whole area of the surface of the board and stuff, and it's just awesome. It's therapeutic too. I also have the foam down specifically for this layer. It's a little troublesome right now. I'm trying to get comfortable using it. I have not filmed this way before, and I am trying to get my camera to actually focus on that. So give me a second here. I might cut this a little bit out. But are you going to focus on it? We'll work with it. This camera right here is made for audio, since the digital camera on the microscope doesn't record. But anyway. Oh, and thank you all so very much for watching. It's greatly appreciated. Thank you for following me on TikTok and subscribing to me here on, or us here on Spider McGavin channel. It's greatly appreciated. I think the reason why I really love this so much is that it makes a spectacular mess, and it's just, I don't know. It's very gratifying cleaning it up afterwards. Like you see it, and it's like it's there, and it's a reminder of back when you were even when you were in school or something, and then you got busted passing a note in school or something, or art class where you have a whole bunch of pencil eraser everywhere, and it just bothers you, so you wipe it off with your back of your hand. I can't really, I really can't get over it. This is absolutely amazing. Sorry. I could literally feel it contacting them. You know, hitting the actual contacts. That's awesome. Yes, we are good. And yeah, that was getting very low. Is it? You're getting a little close there, bud. All right, yeah. We got just have to go yet. One more pass over. Like leave no doubt. But this one's got a little bit of friction so it warms up. Oh, yeah, that's going to be awesome. All right, I'm going to go ahead and pause it, and I'll see you guys in a little bit. Hey everyone, I'm back. All right. So I found something out interesting about the digital camera. It is actually color sensitive. So while I was trying to do my color combinations for the cart labeling and the background for the foam that I'm using to prop it up properly here, give it some stability while I'm working on it. The camera washes out, and it looks just absolutely terrible. And this is just to brush off real quick to get all that major debris. Because I learned over the course of this last year is that if you don't get all that off of there and you get it wet, it will smear or may smear all over everything, and then you're in for a real treat on cleaning all of that off. I mean, it's fine having a wet eraser or a wet eraser sanding for the outside of the cartridge. I've done that on a couple of them. My Mega Man 1 for the Game Boy, I needed to do that on the outside of it, and it shined it right up. But if I tried it to some of the other cartridges, it just doesn't work. Like it won't brighten it up any, and that's most likely a retro bright needed color correction if I wanted to do that, but I'd rather just keep it discolored. It works for me. To me, it's more authentic that way. It's got a little character on the outside of it. Okay, and then I turn the camera, the light on that. And that's pretty sweet. You actually got to see the evaporation factor of it. This side's really good here. I'll go ahead and start buffing. Yep, that's exactly what we're looking for. I even have to turn that off just so it doesn't wash out. Those turned out really good. Very, very pleased with that side. Let's get around here. Ah, wow, look at that shake. Whew. Don't have a seizure now. Come on, relax. Holy crap. Excellent. Yeah, the excitement. I'm not kidding you, man. I started shaking here. Okay. That just looks amazing. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and remove the violet background because it was supposed to be for the logo of the Enix. Let's sneak it in here a little bit if I can. Here. Enix plug. Oh wait, let's make it so that's actually upside down. Let's make it so you can actually read it, right? Sneak it to the bottom over here. It's like, oh, oh man, that's awesome. Let's get the other side now. Now, I have to admit, though, the layout of the chipsets for this one, it's just awesome looking. It's like I've not seen a board that looks similar as we've taken a lot of these or many of these apart. Yeah, it's just like, that's cool. Do a quick wipe down. Hopefully that'll come off. Okay, let me turn this back on again. Yeah, we're having lens flaring and stuff here. Snag up a hair. Yeah, filled vias. That's. Bet you those are underneath. Maybe something. I don't know. That's odd. Okay, now let's talk about 7th Saga for a second here. Like I said, I played it only for a little bit. I only was able to get out of town, and then I absolutely loved the combat sequence in this game. It's fun. It's like, I've seen it before, and I've also seen it with RPG Maker. You know, that stylization where you got the three to however many monsters are on the screen, and then your little character comes out and does all the damage, and it's just, I love it. I thought it was a really nice looking and fantastically done game. Like I said, I like to get more into it. I could do a whole bunch of background resources. I could just look it all up and stuff, but I'm not like that. I'd much rather familiarize myself with the game with you guys because I have not played it on cart ever, and I think that would be very cool. See what this is going to look like. Yeah. Well, this is going to be a marvelous mess. I also tried to change the camera now too, so that you guys can see what I'm working on. But it's lens flaring the digital camera. You know, if I can get underneath the camera here. Where's it at? Right there. That. So it's a process. We're working on it. And I think I like this setup really well, so I can see it really, really close up here, and then down here I can actually get the whole polish effect. We're working on it. And yes, I was digressing there. I just wanted to make sure that this was thoroughly dry before I apply the eraser. Years and years of tarnish just being wiped away, or erased. Much like many of our save games over the years. All that hard work gone down the drain because the battery goes. You can make the eraser do the work, or you can do the work yourself, which is fine too, you know. And to find an electric eraser, you just look it up online and you just find it on your favorite buy site if you really want one of these. And I swear by it because it has that type of proper eraser media that works to gather all this greasy material up. And then with this eraser, which is a, what's it, latex free? Yeah, it's like latex free ones, and they're soft, and they're just pencil toppers, and you just, like, who doesn't have that? And just erase it away. Love it. It's just really satisfying. It's like, okay, now this was somebody's work of art, and here I'm just cleaning it up a little bit. Bringing back our nostalgia and our memories. So that it'll work another, what, 30, 40 years. There we go. Get all of that off of there. Sometimes you may have to go over it a couple times, but the very first cartridge that I cleaned was in like 2019 or something like that, and I have not had to go back over any of my carts. And if I did have to go back over it again, it was because it was already really messed up, and I didn't have the tools necessary to, say, fix a trace or a via or find any of those faults that may be actually on it. And that right now is my my Famicom version of Zelda No Densetsu Hyrule Fantasy. Yeah, it's gonna look so good. All right, give me a second while I clean all of this up. Okay, I'm back. So yeah, that cleaned up really, really nice. I'm very happy with the outcome of this particular cartridge. 7th Saga. Absolutely awesome. And I'll show you guys the inside of the cartridge yet too. That's pretty gnarly, like. But I'll put that at the very end of the video. Oh, here comes the squeaky clean factor. Sorry about that, I went way over. Okay, give me a second here. I'll go ahead and brush it off. To avoid any fuzz. Yeah, you got a lens flare there. Look at that. Wow. Okay, we're going to go on this camera now. What do you think about that? Alright. So I think we definitely have, it's a mirror. I love it. It's a mirror. Yeah. You can see yourself in it. It's bling. So we have a winner here. Let's go ahead and put it back together again and put it inside the console and give it a shot. But we have one extra thing to do. We have a search and destroy mission. It's like, what is that? Ugh. How could that get in your cartridge? What happened? It's like bug stuff. I'm not going to say what it is, but we know what that is. That's going to be gnarly. We're just going to go ahead and just speculate and say that it's all Coca-Cola. Yeah, I'm going to go get gloves on here. It just looks way worse underneath the microscope, people. And I'm not doing that again. Gnarly. No, no way. No. That's just all kinds of like... all this is all kinds of wrong seen. And you see, this is what we don't want to have to see while we're cleaning cartridges. Look at that. Come on. Gross. Anyway. We'll see you all. And here in a little bit, we'll go ahead and put it on the console and we'll play it. Let's play a quick game of the 7th Saga by Enix. I got it as clean as I possibly can get it, but yeah, very happy and pleased with the shine on those contact pads. Excellent. So let's give it a play. Hope you're all having a wonderful day just as much as I am. Wonderful. I'm recording too. Last time I tried this, it didn't want to screen capture with my Easy Cap. So happy and pleased that the game plays immediately as soon as I put it in the console. Did you see all that growiness and crud that was on it before we even were going to put it in the console? And definitely clean your games before. Okay, the 7th Saga. I wonder if each of these players in the game here have their own unique storyline to the game. I think that would be amazing if it did, because I knew that there are a couple RPGs out there that does that, but this one right here is just... When I first saw it, I couldn't believe it. Selected that. Can you do anything else other than... So I wanted to see if I could put like numbers in there instead, but nope, this is called Dot. Yep, or her. It's him or her. This really reminds me of Lagoon. Oh, you move a lot faster than I thought you would. Okay, I'm not going to go into any shops right now. I'm just going to go stock player, go out, and we're going to see if we can come into a combat. Sweet. That's quick. Let's see if I can kick it some butt. I gotcha. Hey, look at that unique combat sequence. I love that. Yeah, I love that look that comes down like that. Like Final Fantasy II when you're in the airship and the... Ooh. Wow, combat quick. fucking tone now real quick. And then hit the in. Just labeled in. That's the store. Their symbols on the doors don't match up with what you think they would be. Oh, is that a shield? Yeah, that's just weird. There's the end. Weird, right? It's not labeled. At least I got my stats back, right? Let's see if I got my magic back too. Of course, I'll go to the item shop and probably pick up a couple potions so I can get myself. So that looks like a weapon, right? Yeah, it's just the item shop. Oh, that's a weapon shop too. Like I said, I could sit here and just play this one for as long as it takes to beat it. And that would just be with one character that I chose right away here. There's the item shop. Weird. We should grab definitely a legend herb. That's pretty legit. It looks like you're going to be farming a lot of money in this one. So I'd be like, okay, game genie time. Or use the Retro 2 and just put it on emulation and then do all that. Which is fun too. Next combat sequence will be the same thing. So I'm just gonna sit here and grind for a second. One more combat. Does this save your game going into the end? Or would I need to save it outside? What did I find? Oh, quickly. Dot rings. Cool. Excellent. Check here, see if this is what I can say. Alright, so I'm going to let myself perish in a mission now. Because I'm having lots of fun with this, and it's going to be a little bit of a grind, but I'll get through it, and it won't be a problem. It'd just be so much easier to do this and play this game with emulation to fast forward it. I'm just enjoying myself playing this. This is just awesome. There we go. Taking it easy on me. Getting good. Awesome. I just wanted to see what the ending looked like, and then we'll go ahead and show the beginning. Oh, cool. Yeah, as long as you stop at the inn, you're fine, right? This is where you left off. Yeah, it's not, as long as you save your game in the inn, you're fine. So here we go. Thank you all so very much for watching. It's greatly appreciated. Have yourselves a wonderful day. Be healthy. Stay safe. Happy gaming, everyone.